Welcome. In our last lecture, we discussed the first component of our manifestation equation, and that is intent. What do I want? Today I'm really excited because we're going to discuss the second part of our manifestation equation, and that is motive. Oh, I just love motive. You know, it's really important for us to be generous with our motive and kind in our choices, because motive is the foundation upon which our order is anchored. And the strongest and most solid motive is helping others, or we're helping ourselves create what we want. You know, determining and discovering our motive is really a time of soul searching. And we can't fool ourselves because, you know, there's no fool in the universe. So to discover and determine what our motive is, we need to ask ourselves one really big question. Why do I want what I want? I mean, that's pretty easy. But once you start thinking about it, you really start realizing, ooh, am I really coming from my loving heart? Do I want my good over the good of another? You know, it's really important to take the time to figure out what our motive is, because after all, how do we know that what we are going to manifest will not harm another? Now, why do we even care? Well, you know, there's that wonderful spiritual law we discussed before, the spiritual law of attraction. And of course it states that whatever we send out comes back to us just like we sent it. So we only have ourselves to blame if when we place our order and we send out negative energy, it comes back and lands upon our doorstep. Now, I always like to add at the end of my placing my order, for the highest good and greatest joy for all. I'd like to call this my more the merrier motive, because, you know, there's just so many ways that one little motive can help so many people that we're not even aware of. Now, you may ask, well, why do I care? Doesn't the me-only motive work? Yes, the me-only motive works just as assuredly. But, you know, I think to myself, why be so cheap and stingy with my motive? You know, by including others in my motive, what I'm really doing is I'm providing a spiritually economic way of achieving that win-win scenario that we know the universe loves so much. Finally, I want to discuss about manifesting for others, because, you know, we love people and we want them to be happy and have the best. But, you know, I sometimes even ask myself, should I even manifest for another? Why? Well, I don't know what's right for them. I don't know that all my good intentions don't end up harming them in some way I haven't foreseen. You know, let's face it, I don't know, and neither do you, but God does. So what I always ask when I manifest for others is that He provide them with whatever is right and perfect for them. And I use that general intent order that we discussed before. Well, we now know what we want and why we want it. You'll notice that I placed together a parenthesis around intent and motive in the manifestation equation. And I've done that because, to me, they just naturally fit together. I mean, after all, how can you want something if you don't know why you want it? In our next section, we're going to discuss desire. And here we ask ourselves a very big question as well. How much do I want it? So, until we're together again, may the God in me meet and greet the God in you. And at that moment, we are one with humanity. For I am in you, and you are in me. Be safe, be well, be happy.